What is going down, Sourdough Squad? Happy Tuesday to you all. We have some good injury news, some roster moves for the San Francisco 49ers. Not only are we going to look into the roster moves, but we're also going to look into the tape, specifically the offense versus Seattle. We're going to see what they did good, what they didn't do so good, and things that they can work on. Of course, heavy emphasis today in Brock Purdy and all that good stuff. So you already know the vibes. Drop an SDS in the chat. Smash that like button if you haven't already. And we're going to get this film rolling. Let's go. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. What is going down, fam? Yes, look at the screen. So, I don't know why this continues to persist and happen, but this is what we're going to do yet again. Let me know where you are watching this stream from in the chat. Let me know. I'm going to disappear for about 15 seconds, and then we're going to come back and we're going to watch the tape. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. All right, it's not working. Now. All right, there we go. Hopefully I wasn't gone for too long. There we go. We're back. And we're going to get the stream pulled up here so we can look at this game. All right. Shout out StreamYard, always making it fun for us. But before we get into that, let's talk about some of the injury news to come from today. 49ers Javon Kinlaw will be not activated, but his practice window has officially opened and he will practice this week. Now, the San Francisco 49ers have 21 days to activate Javon Kinlaw from injured reserve. I mean, this is fantastic news. We already understand that the 49ers interior defensive line has been heavily hurt this year. Starting with Javon Kinlaw, Eric Armstead has missed a considerable amount of time, but Eric is back and Javon Kinlaw is right around the corner. So these are fantastic updates and situations for the 49ers as they continue to move forward. But he's not the only defensive lineman that had his practice window open today. The other one being 6th round draft pick out of UCF, Kalia Davis. This one is also exciting because if Kalia Davis can be healthy and be ready to go, I don't see why he can't be a part of the rotation this year on the interior defensive line. Going back to like my pre-draft evaluation of watching Kalia Davis, it's really hard not to watch Kalia Davis and not see DJ Jones. I know you guys remember DJ Jones, who is playing over with the Denver Broncos this season. Very similar traits, very similar build, very similar movement skills. So interior defensive tackle and has the ability to has a little quick twitch to him. He's got some good first step explosiveness. He was a converted linebacker to defensive line, so quicker than fast, as they say. So those are some two good moves that are absolutely welcomed here moving forward. The San Francisco 49ers also signed a cornerback, Trey Stribling, I believe it is, to the practice squad. So the 49ers add another cornerback to the roster. As we know, they signed Trey Swilling. Sorry, not Stribling. Swilling. Let me get his name correct. Put some respect on his name. I don't know much about him personally, but he was with the uh, Titans earlier this year. So this is going to be a move that the 49ers continue to add pieces to their practice squad. You know, the injuries have started to pile up a little bit, uh, at the cornerback position. So the 49ers take care of business by adding some additional help there. The practice updates for today: Jimmy Garoppolo, Debo Samuel, Kevin Givens, Kerry Hyder not practicing. Brock Purdy, Tarvarius Moore, Mooney Ward, Christian McCaffrey, Eric Armstead are limited. Ambry Thomas is either limited or not practicing with an ankle issue. Kyle Shanahan spoke earlier today about Debo, said Debo could potentially go this week if they needed him, but because it's not a pressing need, likely are going to revisit Debo Samuel's return next week. So again, fantastic news that Debo Samuel was somehow able to avoid severe injury, which was what it looked like against the Tampa Bay Bucks. So Debo's just chilling, and take your time, Debo. We talked about this yesterday. Really don't need him against these Commanders. Even though the Commanders are going to be looking for a fight, we can sit Debo out this one and continue to manage the game as the 49ers have done so in the past. So overall, we know this team and injury news is synonymous with one another, but today we got some good news on that front. So that's something to be excited about and be positive about moving forward. But we all know why we're here. We're here to watch the film. We're here to dive into the all 22 of the San Francisco 49ers performance against the Seattle Seahawks. Today, we are going to be doing a specific dive. Oh, I'm starting with the this wasn't this actually wasn't on purpose at all. But it's fitting, right? Let's start with the last play, the really crucial last play first. Why not? Because we are the Jordan Mason Hive. This is where the Hive comes to congregate, and we do our buzzing around here. So why not start with Jordan Mason rumbling and tumbling and closing out the game for the San Francisco 49ers? This run was absolutely electric. Um, so much fun to see this in person and just hear the crowd explode, because at this particular time, so many Seahawks fans had left the game. So there was a lot of 49er fans that were chilling. And when he busted this run, it was loud. It was electric. And let's take a look. What does our blocking look like up front? All right, so we're going to get a little gap scheme. We're going to get Brunskill pulling. We're going to get Kyle Juszczyk leading the way. Brunskill staying flat to the line of scrimmage. I like it. Gets his head on the inside shoulder, turns him out. Look at Charlie Warner. Charlie Warner has not got a ton of run this year, but watch him wash down number 51. Look at Trent Williams get that hat on the body, get his hips around and drive, and look at the Red Seas part. That is beautiful. And then who does the rest? It's Jordan Mason making one man miss. Oh, he was so close to a touchdown. So close. Would have loved it. Ran out of gas there a little bit, but still, nonetheless, absolutely phenomenal. And it led to the best play in football, the victory formation. But that's how it ended. Let's go back to how it started. All right. So we've kind of been going through these film breakdowns chronologically. I feel that rather than just jumping around, since we're watching a quarterback getting his first starts in the NFL, I feel like it makes more sense to go play to play so we can see the developments in real time. If you enjoy that kind of process, let me know and we'll keep it rolling. Uh, Otherwise, we could jump around, but that's kind of how I'm looking to head into this one is really just kind of go play by play in order to kind of see how he handled everything situationally and the context of where everything is coming from. And right here, we get a nice play action rollout. Nothing too crazy here. Sells the play action really nice. It's going to be a little bit of a naked boot, so he's going to have instant pressure in his face. I think that's Puna Ford. I think 97, and is able to do a little pitch and catch to good old George Kittle. All right, nice, easy work. Nice, easy work there. Um, let's see, where are we at? So we're gonna mix in some runs as well because there were some good runs on the day. So we're also going to show love to the offensive line for their run blocking, and of course Christian McCaffrey for making things work. But they were able to generate some big holes against the Seattle Seahawks, and I think that is something that I have been wanting to see more of. I've been wanting to see the offensive line continue to improve, and I think they've done just that. So let's see what we're getting up front. It looks like your good old fashioned zone blocking scheme. And if we're going to focus right, and shout out to Jake Brendel. Brendel had a really good game for the most part, but you're going to get a double to backer concept. So Brendel and Banks are going to be responsible for 90 and 56. As you can see, 56 shoots the gap violently. So Banks is actually going to push Brendel out the way to try to give him a little assist to get on Brooks. But Christian McCaffrey reads it perfectly, cuts off Banks' hip, and nothing but open green grass. Love to see that type of stuff. So 49ers offensive line continuing to improve and showcase. And this is really going to be the difference maker too, I think, when playoff football comes. If this team can, we're going to focus a lot on Brock Purdy, but if this team can continue to run the football at a high level and just get second and favorable, third and favorables, it's going to make things a lot easier on guys like Brock Purdy to be able to continue to keep success within the structure of the offense. Um, Pretty good stuff here. Getting a pitch right. You get a little crackback from Jawan to kind of set the edge. Kyle Juszczyk's going to come out in front. CMC does the rest. Good solid run. But we get a third down. I believe this is the first third down of the game, potentially. I don't know exactly, but I think it is. We'll just say it is, so it sounds cool. Third and Jawan was absolutely on full display against the Seahawks. When it was third down and you needed to convert and move the sticks, Juwan Jennings was there to get it done. Let's take a look at Brock in kind of his pocket presence and the way he maneuvers within the pocket. Nice and easy. Again, one of my favorite things about Brock Purdy is just how comfortable he feels in the pocket. They show 4, rush 3 means tons of coverage on the play, but he has all day to find open receivers. You can see you have Kittle, Ray, and CMC kind of stacked to the right side. So there's a lot of coverage defenders in this area, and they just go backside to Jawan Jennings. Fantastic. Looks great. Bubbly says, look at Jake Brendel on this play. Ooh, I didn't even see that. Fine work, baby. Smack him right in the mouth. I love that. Give him a little kiss. Little mwah. Shout out Jake. Hey, you don't have any work? Go find work. Exactly what he did. Nice call out, Bubbly. Let's move on to the next pass here that we've got from Brock Purdy. Again, Purdy continues to show that he is more than capable of, one, being a starter, but two, just playing solid football. I mean, we're going to see some instances where things weren't perfect for him, and we're going to be able to talk about that. But again, it's just the subtle things, the little dip. It's kind of like this sidearm sling. He has, and it's the subtle steps. You see where his initial drop is on the inside of the hash. He's able to kind of float to the outside of the hash. If he stays on that inside hash, there's a much better chance that this defensive tackle gets home. But he has such subtle movements within the pocket that allow these types of plays to be completed. And you see it all the time. It's we talked about it on one of our first breakdowns of him. He has phenomenal spatial awareness. Like, spatial awareness is a gift. You either have it or you don't. And Brock Purdy clearly understands leverage. He understands angles, and he understands what he needs to do in order to move and be successful within the pocket, even if he is a smaller back. What play was this? No, that's not the one I want. All right. So we're going to get our first touchdown of the day. They've talked about this play quite a bit. I think George Kittle was talking about it last night on the Monday Night Football broadcast. It's very similar to the play that they ran in 2018, where they're essentially the whole purpose of the play is to hide Kittle, and the way Kittle had talked about it in the past, because in 2018, Kittle would try to cut this defender. He'd be on the ground, but he said that Shanahan was like, man, you're the only one on the ground. It's going to become kind of obvious. So rather than fake cutting, they're just, pretend like you're blocking and then release out. And the timing of it is perfect because you're going to get Ray McLeod come in motion. You're going to fake it to Ray. You're going to fake it to CMC. They bite hard on the fake to CMC. Look at these defenders sell out. Safety turns his hips. And right at that time, Kittle breaks free into the open field. And you already know what's going to happen. They call him the Yak King for a reason. You get the ball. We've been asking for this for Kyle for some time. Let's design some plays for our boy Georgie, huh? Come on, Kyle. You got it. Let's design something specifically for Kyle, or excuse me, for George. And we got it. And guess what happens? Look at this man. Look at that smile. Look how happy he is. He's like, man, Kyle Shanahan actually called my number. He designed a play just for me, and guess what I did? I took it in for a score. Look at that smile, man. How inspirational. Find someone that loves football as much as George Kittle loves football. I mean, this guy is thrilled. Like this is just a fantastic football play. Shout out to Kyle Shanahan for drawing this up. It completely gets the defense all turned around and twisted up, and they get it done. Is that Brandon Ayuk blocking all the way down? Oh, you get a little block, nothing a little crazy, but absolutely fantastic, great execution. One of the first things that we talked about in our film breakdown of Brock Purdy against the Dolphins is we spent an emphasis on his pump fakes. He's got a fantastic pump fake. His pump fakes are deadly, and these defenders really bite on the pumps. And oh, he pumped it. He pumped him twice. He pumped him twice. So nice. He did it twice. Absolutely great. This play isn't a big gainer, but again, you get to witness pocket awareness, his ability to keep his eyes downfield. So you're going to get this like fake mesh, zone mesh kind of situation where he's going to show the ball to CMC. It's meant to be a play action to get the linebackers to suck up. You're going to get Aaron Banks pulling across formation, but as a pass blocker. But as you can see, we talk about Brock Purdy, right? Understanding leverage, understanding angles. He understands that this relation is not a good one, because in order for this to be a good situation for Brock, he needs Aaron Banks to kind of take two steps over to his right to be able to be in between the defender and Banks. But again, the wherewithal, understanding that he has to come back because he doesn't have the best positioning here to really roll out, and he's got to come back kind of into the pocket. And it actually sets up these guys to reblock and engage, and he just checks down to CMC. Again, not a big play, nothing crazy, but it's the small nuance, like the awareness factor that he brings to the table of just understanding what his blocks look like in front of him, what he needs to do. Again, if he just stood there outside the pocket, he would have got sacked. But he understands leverage and is able to get back into the pocket where it's safe because where he was not safe. Basically, he went out of the pocket and said, "Stranger danger, I got to go back." So good job by him. Pitch and catch. So one of the big things with Brock Purdy is, outside of a couple just throws that may get away from him, uh, he's very consistent at completing passes. Like these throws, whether they're 5, 10, 15 yards out, he's just consistent. He's accurate. And I think, with Jimmy Garoppolo, that's one of the things that we wanted to see from Jimmy a lot. That's one of the things that we've always kind of asked, for from Jimmy is just consistency because Jimmy can do it and he can do it at a high level. What we talk about with Jimmy is just doing it at a high level consistently. Well, Brock Purdy is doing this consistently. He is making like these throws, they're called layups for a reason, but let's face it, watching 49ers football, not all layups were made. He's making the layups. So if you can make the layups within this scheme can go far. And I think that's why we're seeing it like it feel like Kyle's unlocking his scheme because Brock Purdy is capable of executing the layups, where Jimmy was too, but he was just a little bit more consistent or inconsistent. Um, Roman says, "Look at Mike with the pancake." I was furious about this play that they called a holding on Mike. Absolutely furious. In the stadium, I was uh, over in the corner that way, looking kind of down on the I had a perfect view of Mike is essentially what I'm trying to say. And I saw it the whole way through. I saw Mike pancake this guy in real time. I screamed, "Dope." I was like, "Hey, pancake." I was hyped. And then the flag came out and I'm recording plays. So I went into my phone and I rewatched the play and I'm like, how are you going to call this holding? I tweeted it. The Mike McGlinchey haters instantly jumped into my comments. It was a hold. This is not a hold. If this is a hold right here from Mike McGlinchey, look at his hand. Yes, he gets it on the chest plate, but he removes it. He's not pulling from both angles. I don't care. I have seen Nick Bosa with a full arm around his throat being choked out completely, and the refs just stare at it. The fact that they called this a holding bush league, and this is back to where the refs were on the payroll for the Seattle Seahawks or something, because this is the most ticky tack. There's holding on every play on the offensive line. Let's be honest, holding on every play. That's the holding you're going to call. He's straight up. Look at it. He's able to get his weight onto him. Right there, 52 is going down because of the leverage that Mike's created, not because of a hold. Terrible call. But anyways, negates this play to Ray McLeod. Ray McLeod had a nice day. We got to shout out Ray McLeod for stepping up in Deebo Samuel's absence. He had Ray had one of the better plays on the day, and we'll get to that shortly. But let's see what this one is. This one I have Purdy barely gets the ball to CMC. Spatial awareness is back. So again, it's the small things. It's his comfortability within the pocket, the ability to stand strong and stand tall while also understanding where the pressure is coming from. See this like little hop. He gets hit as he's throwing this ball, and you can see the ball is a wounded duck, but it's still accurate. And because he takes this little hop step, he's still able to get the ball out. Again, just he has really solid spatial awareness. He understands how to maneuver these tight windows and turn potentially negative plays into positives. And that's where I think I have a lot. I'm gaining the most respect personally for Brock and how he plays. Um, he's not the biggest guy. He's not going to be able to see over these towering defensive tackles. Brock Purdy's able to get it done because he knows how to create passing lanes and get the ball over guys. And he knows how to adjust his arm angle and do all these different types of things. And that's a lot of fun. This is just one of the cleaner plays from Brock. Again, he makes it look so easy and so effortless. He makes this look like a layup. Good old play action naked boot. Gonna get him on a heavy rollout. He's got a defender, right there chasing him down, eyes downfield. His ability to throw on the run is effortless, accurate. I mean, again, I don't wanna I'm not trying to compare, contrast to Jimmy, but we've watched Jimmy for so long. Jimmy can make these throws, but I don't think Jimmy makes these throws consistently, whereas we're seeing Brock do it like he's sleepwalking through it, like, not a big deal to this guy. Great job of the route concepts to open up that portion of the field based on the coverage, because you can see Jawan is gonna pull the cornerback out of there. The defensive tackle, or it's a defensive end and linebacker, stay up on Kittle. The linebacker gets lost kind of chasing Brandon Ayuk, and Brock Purdy does a fantastic job of getting out on the move and being able to complete a pass with phenomenal accuracy. Like, Mike McDaniel said, Tua throws the most catchable ball in the NFL. That feels like a really damn catchable ball, man. Like, it feels like my big behind could be out here lumbering, and he could hit me in the chest. I would be able to catch that thing. Like, it's the perfect velocity. Like, it's not a heater coming at him. Um, it's a really great pass for all things considered. We're gonna get a nice little CMC run. CMC definitely had a day. Definitely had a day. Good play by I think that's Kobe Bryant, to be able to kind of get on the inside. I respect Brandon Ayuk for selling out for this thing. If CMC maybe were to cut outside, he would have been able to get this. But I still respect BA for selling out to try to get it. Um, so it wasn't ultimately successful as you'd draw, drawed it up. I can't talk today. You draw it up. Wasn't as successful, but hey, I appreciate the effort. Appreciate the effort. Is this like watching a horror flick, because you're basically like watching how you're going to be chopped up to smithereens this weekend and have your playoff hopes dashed in front of your eyes? I would imagine that's why this is like watching a horror flick, because it's like you see your impending death. Uh, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? Like, you're a Washington football team fan, and the 49ers are on the schedule next. And it's like there's nothing you can do. You can't run from it. You can't hide from it. Your death is coming. Slow death. Shout out Brian. Let's see. Anything special on this particular play? Little Purdy movement. Purdy movement again. Spatial awareness. It's so small. Again, you see where he's dropping. He's on the hash, inside of the hash mark. The fade, watch his fade to the left. He's gonna fade this way. Watch the linebacker kind of mirror Purdy. So see how Purdy is going here? Look at where his feet go. See that little mirrored action? It also helps Purdy find a passing lane, right? So Purdy understands this stuff. Like, I don't think this is by accident. He understands what he need. Look again. Remember, remember this? How often we talk about this? Spatial awareness is legit. Small things he does within the pocket are is what allows him to be successful for his size and the perceived issues that scouts, talent evaluators would have with his size. This particular play, he knew he was going to get rocked. You have a free rusher. Let's see. They show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the line. This guy's outside of. Oh, is that Willie Snead? Oh, and they bring Quandre. They sneak Quandre Diggs on a safety blitz, so they're going to drop out and Wusu. They still bring 4 up front, but they're sliding protection to the right. So they get this mismatch, and Purdy knows he's going to get rocked. I can live with that all day. I can live with it. Hey Brian, don't make me pull up some Taylor Heineke right about now. You don't want me to do that. You want to talk about perfectly executed plays. Here's another one for Brian. This one, even though it is an incompletion, I like it still. I'll tell you why I like it. Look at where Brock Purdy is letting this thing rip. Look at Ayuk. Ayuk hasn't even started. He's just started. Like, this throw is going. And Brandon Ayuk isn't even out of his break yet, or even started his break. Now, there's a miscommunication on the route. I don't know who it's on. I don't know if it's on Purdy. I don't know if it's on Ayuk. However, I like the fact that Brock Purdy has the confidence to let that thing rip before Brandon Ayuk is even out of his break. So again, anticipatory throws, just getting on the same page with your receiver, and we understand that's going to come with more reps. I don't know if he was anticipating Ayuk breaking kind of to the outside on a little, kind of hook route or whatever he was thinking, but I do appreciate that Brock threw that before Ayuk even went into the break of his route. Let's watch McGlinchey pancake. I'll take a McGlinchey pancake all day. So this one conveniently isn't called a hold because again, it's not a hold. But Mike McGlinchey last 2 weeks in a row has played really well. I've been very, very happy with Mike. Mike is looking healthier. Looks like the knee is functioning better. He's playing. It feels like he's playing with a little bit more confidence. McGlinchey is he's doing a good job these last 2 weeks. There have been no viral clips of him on the timeline. So no viral negative clips of Mike McGlinchey. He's doing a good job. This play I can nitpick with the ball placement. My thing here is if if I could nitpick, you can see Kittle has this kind of upfield leverage. Like to me, this is a win. And if we take a look at this angle and you can see how much field he has to work with, like right here, you have this whole area to your advantage, and he has the upfield advantage. So if I'm Brock, I'm trying to get the ball more into this area, whether it's upfield or kind of more towards the sideline so that Kittle doesn't have to come back to the ball into the defender. So it's still accurate in the sense that he gave Kittle an opportunity to get his hands on the ball and catch it, but because he has to kind of turn back into the defender, it gives defender the leverage to play the ball. So my only nitpick here is you understand that whoever this is, I think that's IE. Is that Gray? Okay, so Danny Gray is gonna take Tyreek Woolen out. That means you have this whole spot. So don't throw it at him. Give him an opportunity to lay out and get it. If you think, go back to the play against the Bengals, right? When we talked about what Jimmy, earlier hasn't maybe done so well. What Jimmy did really well on that play against the Bengals is he put it up and away. So because he put it up and away, Kittle had an opportunity to high point. So if this thing was like right over here, I think this is a catch. So nitpick, still an accurate ball by most standards. But again, to make it a really accurate ball, get that thing right about here. And then I think we're cooking with gas on that particular one. Let's see. Oh, this play, I just love watching Trent. Oh, that's not it. I think it's this one. Yeah, Trent is just such a savvy vet, man. Like watch Trent. He has to somehow try to cut off this three tech. It's a very difficult block, especially when the three tech slants inside. But he still makes this block. 93 is not happy about it. I get why he's not happy about it, but again, watch what Trent does. Like Trent, like I swear to God, if you play offensive line and you're in high school, you're in college, please watch Trent Williams. This man is an absolute legend. I tell you, there's holding on every play. Yeah, but how do you hold? Look at this. He grabs the shoulder, grabs his kind of outside shoulder, slingshots himself to the inside, repositions. It's enough. Like 93 has an opportunity to make this tackle. Slings himself into the inside and is able to block 93. Get a better now. Try to look at that process play out from this. Slingshots himself, leverage to the inside, then blocks him out. Like it's very subtle, but these are the things that makes Trent Williams one of one. Like his ability to one, not make it look like holding, be able to reposition himself to get inside leverage and then block back was a stud, man. Freaking love Trent. All right. We not everything's perfect, so we have a incoming almost interception from Brock Purdy. So get ready for it. Oh, look at Trent. I didn't even notice this play. Look at him. Just like I'm going to just put you on the ground very slowly. Watch 51 and he just helps 51 to the ground. God, Trent is so good, man. Trent started out a little shaky. He started out, oh, hell yeah, Leo. Uh, big time, big time revenge game for Trent Williams coming up. Big time. All right. This particular play, almost interception. Let's see what Brock was seeing. So, my assumption here is he I clearly I mean, what is he thinking Quandre Diggs is doing here? Now, this is I would say in the last 3 games, this is the first pass that I'd, really, question his thought process. Like, well, what did you expect Quandre Diggs to do? Because if you look at this angle, I feel like he's aware that Quandre Diggs is there. Based on this leverage, I think this ball would have definitely gone over his head to get to Jennings. However, Quandre Diggs was just playing his eyes the whole time and was able to undercut the throw, almost a pick, right? So I don't know if he didn't think Quandre Diggs was going to be able to kind of undercut it like that. Obviously, Jennings looks open. Like there's a lot of field out here, but interesting to know what the coaching point was here on this play. With I mean, this looks like cover two safeties deep, playing the middle of the field. Who's 20? Who's this guy? 26. Oh, he's on Kittle. You get 56 over here. They're passing off. So yeah. Just curious what the coaching point would be on this one. But this was really that was about it in regards to questionable plays by Brock Purdy. Um Other than that, Brock Purdy was pretty good on the day. CMC's a dog. Look at CMC's hips, man. Watch the hips. Look at that ankle bend to cut left, then mid cut right. Like, oh man, dude, his legs are crazy. And how quickly he can adjust his hips and his base and that ankle bend. Like, McCaffrey is crazy, dude. Crazy. Next play is going to be the Christian McCaffrey touchdown up the middle. Uh, I really like what Jake Brendel did on this particular play. I think Jake, when you're the center and you got a nose guard on you, that's Poona Ford. He's one of the better ones in the league. He really digs him out. Like he really moves him out the way. You're going to try to get a double here. I think 93 pulls Banks to the ground to ensure Banks can't get to the linebacker. But because Brendel is able to dig Poona Ford out, it creates enough of a lane for CMC to fit in there. So really great job by Jake Brendel on this play. I mean, look at that. Just dug him out. He's probably going to the ground if he doesn't run into Burford, like that's a great play there by Jake Brendel. And then not that's the half. Then they come out of half and they do it again. Also, smash that like button if you haven't already. You know the vibes. So Kittle times 2. Oh, how are you how are you gonna do that? Brian, what are you gonna do when Kittle is releasing into the open field? Are you actually gonna pay attention to him? Probably a good idea to know where George Kittle is at all times because look at Kittle, man. How how could anyone want to trade this guy? Scheme him up, get him open, and let him work, man. This guy, that's Quandre Diggs, miss. Easy. And again, one of the reasons why Christian McCaffrey was such a good trade was based on the gravity that he provides alone. So they're lined up in pistol. Got Kyle Juszczyk to the left of Purdy, CMC directly behind. It's like an extended, looks like an extended pitch, even though the offensive line are like staying into block. It looks like, he could flip this thing out into the flat to CMC with blockers ahead. The linebackers and safeties, I don't know what this guy's doing. Is that Tyreek Woolen? I don't know what he's doing. He looks like he blew this up. But these guys, these two linebackers, D linemen, whatever they are, they're completely committed to Christian McCaffrey. And you got to give a lot of credit to Brock Purdy to be able to see this come open and just deliver a catchable ball. And then let your Yak King do the rest. And this is why I think people when you listen to the football guys, again, I make it very clear when I'm talking about, national media pundits, there's a huge difference between football guys in the media and guys in the media who talk about football, like Stephen A. Smith, Colin Cowherd. Those are guys in the media that talk about football. But Brian Baldinger, Daniel Jeremiah, Bucky Brooks, and Scott McLuhan, like any of these types of guys that are in the media talking about football, you perk up a little bit. Your Greg Cosell's, like your Joe Staley's, like you listen up when those guys are talking, and all of those guys are basically saying because Brock Purdy has an ability to work within the structure of the scheme, find the open receivers, and then get the ball there. This is why this team still has high Super Bowl aspirations. Daniel Jeremiah was talking on the Rich Eisen podcast. He's like, I don't think the 49ers are losing anything going from Jimmy Garoppolo to Brock Purdy. And that's insane. Like, and that's not a shot at Jimmy either. Like, that's just insane where the 49ers are at. And just also speaks to how well Brock Purdy is playing. And I have to agree with them. I see what Brock Purdy is doing in this offense. I don't see why the San Francisco 49ers, man, can't go as far as they want to go. Again, you have to eliminate those plays like that one throw to Quandre Diggs. And things like that. But if, again, you can maintain that level of play consistently throughout, and you have that defense on the other side, and you've got Christian McCaffrey running the ball like this, you've got Mike McGlinchey doubling to backer and creating running lanes like this, like, shout out Mike McGlinchey again, shout out Juice, shout out Kittle, great kick out by Kittle, Kyle Juszczyk, great kick out. I feel like if I feel like Christian wanted to cut this to the inside, and so that's why his angle is kinda messed. If he takes this hole, I think he's probably house call because you can see he's pushing up on CMC because I think he wanted to shoot into this gap. But if he follows more off Kyle's hip, off this angle, he's hitting this hole with the full speed as ahead, and he's one on one with this guy. You know, CMC is going to cook this dude's ankles. So it's still a great play. It's a like 11, 12-yard gain, but I think if CMC were to instead of hug, you can see he's hugging straight. If he were to hug at this angle and he hit that, he's one on one with 26, and you let him do the rest. But still, positive gain. I think it could have been a better one, but still good stuff. Oh yes. Let's enjoy the Trent Williams masterclass. I hope you guys are ready for this. Just want to make sure I have all your attention. Watch right here. Here's Big Trent. Here's, I believe, Jordan Brooks, who is, one of the Seattle Seahawks best defenders. So watch Trent, watch Jordan, and watch the car crash unfold in real time because it's beautiful. Whoo! He's him. That man is him. Again, Trent Williams, Brooks, destroyed. I love this man. These are the things that can help redefine the position. When you see an offensive lineman hitting a club move, this is typically the opposite. It is the defenders who are trying to club offensive linemen's hands down for this same situation. 56 knows Trent's coming, and he's trying to long arm and maintain his leverage. And Trent's like, "Oh, you're gonna long arm me? Bet. Eat turf, bro." He ate turf so bad. That's why he's the GOAT. That's why he's the GOAT, man. Unbelievable. Shout out Trent. All right, we got a Purdy sack. Let's see what this says. It's not the Purdy sack. Purdy sack. Here. So I've tried to watch this a couple times and see what I think Purdy's thought process was. So if you take a snapshot here, little muddy, you could attempt to hit Ray, but you got this guy lurking over here, could potentially undercut it. Brandon is running a very deep route, so he looks more like a clear out route than anything else. Juwan also running a pretty deep route. You got CMC blocking. So the I would say at this look, probably looking to check it down to Kittle, but I think this is what his thought process was. He was trying to step back into the pocket and reset. So we looked at this play, a similar play like this earlier, right? Where Purdy runs, this play like a play action type mesh kind of zone read concept. It wasn't sold very well, but he still, tries to execute it. And then he kind of rolls out. You get Aaron Banks pulling across the formation. You get run action up front to make it look like a run. But again, leverage, right? These hips need to be over here in order for him to feel comfortable. Because as you can see, if he keeps fading to the right, it's going to make this block for Banks impossible. As you can see, it does. So I would say Banks, maybe the coaching point is because we have now two plays of this is Banks needs to not truly make it like have a kick out leverage. He needs to swing those hips around and kind of square up to the line of scrimmage to allow Purdy to flow and work off that block because I think what Purdy did is he tried to reset in the pocket, but unfortunately 77 becomes free, so he's just got to take the sack. That's really what I think has happened. Like, yes, he could have dumped it off to Kittle, but look, Kittle's not looking yet. Heads around. He's got to make a business decision. I think he's going to reset in the pocket, but 77 comes free, and he's just got to take the sack. So it's not the worst thing in the world. Really not the worst thing in the world. But again, we've seen two instances of him having to kind of reset into the pocket on those types of play actions where Banks is pulling. And I would say Banks needs to work on his leverage there a little bit to give his quarterback a shot. But because of the sack, it's now 3rd and 15. And I love this play from Kyle Shanahan. I'm going to give the credit here to Kyle. I watched when I was in the stadium watching this, and I saw it play out in real time. I was like, oh, this was a fire call from Kyle Shanahan. He's going to get this trips bunch formation to the left. And these two kind of look like they're basically blocking, right? They're going to run Ray on this little underneath route. And then these two guys are basically set up to block. CMC and Ayuk are releasing to kind of clear out and block as well. And then Ray comes underneath. I really like the design here because it allows Ray to do, it's an easy pass for Brock. Easy pass for Brock on a 3rd and 15. Get the ball out quick and let your playmakers do the work. And because you get Ayuk and CMC clearing out this space, you get the blocks underneath from Kittle and Juwan. It allows Ray to gain the leverage, and he has the speed to get it done. So I like this play from Kyle, especially on a 3rd and 15 when you had to have it. So I thought that was really nice. We got a tipped pass. One of the things that I've been praising Brock Purdy. Oh, this one. I really like this play. I wish it counted. I think it was a legal formation or something. I forget exactly what the penalty was. But again, this kid's just got that poise, that moxie. He's the first one in, he's the last one out. He grinds the tape. He's a former coach's son. He's quicker than fast. Uh, you know, just whatever you want to say about him. He trips on the running back. 52 is right in his face. He's able to get up, shake free. 57 closing in on him. And look at how he throws back. Look at where the ball is. And look at how it look at this is like a boomerang shot. Again, this is understanding physics. To be able to throw across knowing that your momentum is going to carry the ball still. This is like a lesson in physics. I remember my offensive coordinator in one of the first meetings that we had when I was in college. He was a former quarterback, and he literally showed us with a pen how like this concept works. Because if your momentum is flying to one side, you can bend your throws by throwing it back across because of the momentum and physics that it carries. That's crazy. Beautiful. Love it. Don't show Anthony though. Which one's this? Another dart. I can already guarantee you Anthony's not impressed with this throw. He's going to let you know in about 2.5 seconds that he's not impressed and is waiting for a throw that will impress him. Easy is too easy. It's too accurate, right on the money. Oh, look at that. Are we calling that spatial awareness again? I don't know. But Anthony's not impressed. Anthony's not impressed. That's okay, Anthony. I'm impressed. Being able to understand the trajectory, get this ball out over the stretched arms. Third and Juwan. Beautiful. All right. We're getting to that point. This play again, how does the young rookie respond? He's literally in his own end zone. How's he going to respond? What's he going to do? Is he going to panic? Is the pressure going to get to him? Nope, he's just going to drop back and just throw a dime to Jawan Jennings. This is 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7 inside your own end zone. It is 21-6. Still plenty of time left. How are you going to handle it? 3rd and Jawan shows up. I mean, he's got a whip. They talk about how he doesn't have arm strength, and I can maybe see that on like in a long ball situation, but he doesn't lack velocity. The velocity on his throws are nice. That is on a line. Perfect timing. Great placement. Allows allows Jennings to bring it in and brace for contact. Fantastic. Hello? Yep. Perfect. Thanks. Anthony's not impressed, though. I don't know what happened, but Anthony's not impressed. Okay, that's fine. Anthony's not impressed. He's yawning. He wants to see something exciting. I think this is it. Nope. This one's it. All right, what's the situation? Oh, look at that. 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15 deep on your side of the field. What are you going to do, Rook? How are you going to handle this? Oh, oh. Listen, wasn't a first down, so Anthony's not impressed. That's okay. But the ability to not take a sack here, you're going to have a stunt between Banks and Trent. I'm going to go ahead and give Seattle the W on this stunt. They're able to get the inside pressure, but again, pocket awareness, spatial awareness, and that little like pump fake, like right here. See this pump, the pat on the ball, the like looks like he's gonna throw. That is on purpose because he knows he's bailing. He knows he is getting out of here. So rather than just running out of there, he makes it look like he's going to throw and then bails. And then that's Nwusu. He's a very athletic defensive edge in this league. Again, 3rd and 15. Oh man, if we could have got a little pop pass to CMC, ooh, then Anthony would have been impressed. But I'll take this, man. Don't take the sack. Get it out. Live to play another day. And let CMC do the rest. This I think is going to be no. He had a couple more good passes to round out the day. This one was really nice. His ability to move again. They look like layups, but it's not that easy. If it was that easy, everyone would do it. But there's a reason why Brock is able to execute these throws, these plays. Yeah, it was schemed up. Very nice. The it looks like a run across the board. The linebackers bite on it, the DBs bite on it. Pretty much everyone bites on it. And great play design yet again from Kyle Shanahan. Great run action up front by the O-line to sell it. Great run action by the tight ends to sell it. And then to release up. Fantastic. Beautiful. You got to execute within structure. Can't ask for anything better. Can't ask for anything better. Anthony wants to see more though, I'm sure. We'll show you one more. I think this was his last pass, or at least last quality pass. Just dropped. Hey, how'd you know? How'd you know? Who 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 do you who, who you tapping into, my boy? Appreciate the super chat though. Hey, we vibing. We vibing, CJ. You know the vibes. Really like this pass. It was on money. It was on target. Look at the thing. Just Ayuk took his eyes off. Ayuk was looking for where he was going. Oh, look at Mike, dude. I didn't even notice Mike. Look at Mike out here cooking, dog. Look at Mike, bro. Baller. Shout out Mike. Ayuk need to catch that. Almost had it. And that's pretty much. Wait, we have one more? I think we have a run. Hey, I'm telling you, like, Mike, Mike these last 2 weeks has had 2 very quality weeks. You're not gonna hear anyone talk about it because if you're not crapping on the man, then you must just be simping for him, right? That's what I get all the time. Um, you can only talk about Mike McGlinchey if he's doing bad, according to Twitter. So, the tape has shown that Mike McGlinchey the last 2 weeks in a row has played fantastic football. Oh, and then this is, the rookie at the end with the rollout to be able to get the first down and the wherewithal to slide inbounds to keep the clock rolling, the speed to outrun the defender. Listen, Brock Purdy might not have a Josh Allen type arm. He might not have the running ability and the physical running abilities of Josh Allen. Okay. He's not Josh Allen. That's why he went in the last pick in the NFL draft. But he has traits. He has the awareness. He has the processing. He has the maturity. He has enough arm talent to be able to get this thing done for the San Francisco 49ers. All right. Like, we don't need to talk about Brock Purdy as if he is a Adonis physical specimen. That's not what we're talking about when we talk about Brock Purdy. We're talking about Brock Purdy playing within the structure of a Kyle Shanahan offense. Can he play within the offense? Can he make the throws? Can he make the reads? Can he ad lib? Can he play within the pocket? Can he play within the pocket when it breaks down? All those, you just go on a list, all the quarterback like check marks that you need to check off the list. He is checking off every single one of them. The only things that he can't check off is his measurables, his size. Like, those are the things. And that's why he was a later draft pick. But you talk about maturity, leadership capabilities, competitiveness, uh, like, again, he doesn't have arm, you wouldn't say he has arm strength, but he has arm talent. I think those are 2 different qualities. Arm strength is one thing. Paxton Lynch, we go back to our conversation yesterday. Paxton Lynch had a strong arm, but he didn't have arm talent. There's a difference. There's a significant difference. Arm talent is being able to throw off different platforms, different arm angles, on the run, right, left, all those different types of things. He can do it. And I think right now what we're seeing is his ceiling, right? Like we're seeing him at his like lowest, like he's only going to be getting better and improving as he continues to get reps in the NFL. The game starts imagine when the game starts slowing down for Brock Purdy. Cuz I would have to imagine that the game is fast. It is sped up. Imagine when it starts to slow down. Imagine when he continues to build confidence and get reps and like this is his second start, first start on the road. Goes into Seattle, a place that the San Francisco 49ers haven't really been able to win in the past decade more than a couple times. Like he got it done, man. He got it done. And he continues to get it done. So I'm really happy. Really pleased. Uh we talked about this during the Dolphins breakdown. That has continued. Everything that we saw of him being thrown to the fire against the Dolphins, he's continued to improve. Guess what defenses aren't doing? Defenses aren't throwing zero blitz at him anymore. If you go back to that Seattle game, they threw some blitzes at him, but they didn't throw the kitchen sink like the Dolphins did, like the Tampa Bay Bucks did, because I truly believe they saw that that didn't affect him and that he was going to be able to find the open wide receiver. So Seattle Seahawks is making the adjustments. We always say like, well, what are defenses going to do when the tape they got tape on him? Well, typically you get a young quarterback, you throw zero blitz at him, you throw everything at him, and you make him make snap decisions on the fly with tons of, defenders barreling down on him. Typically, they're going to make a mistake. Not Brock Purdy. He understands where to go with the football. So it's going to be fascinating to really see how this maturation process continues to evolve for Brock, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Uh, to see how he finishes and rounds out these, 3 last remaining games. I think it's gonna be fun, for sure. Make sure you smash that like button. We got to 100. Let's get to 150. I bet we could get to 150 in a hurry. For sure, for sure. We up to 53K subs. Yeah, we moving. We moving. What's good, Jesus? He said notifications are trashy. I don't know why the notifications don't love me on this YouTube app, but hey, you can always watch it back. Appreciate you always hopping in, my boy. I wish you were here. Vibes are always better when we got Jesus in the chat. But I appreciate all you guys as always for hopping into these streams, into these film breakdowns. That's an interesting fact. Bubbly says, join the Discord, you get a noti an hour early. So there you go. There's a workaround. So I'll look into the notifications things a little bit as always. Shout out to the boys and the sourdough sisters for checking in. And I appreciate all you guys, man, as always. Oh, there's a workaround. Just make sure you resubscribe after you unsubscribe. All right. Shout out to all you guys per usual. Vibes were immaculate today. Glad we were able to get through the film. Need to get to the defense, but save the franchise tomorrow with the Jason Aponte. We weren't able to get it done last week because I was traveling last Wednesday to Seattle. So I'm really excited to talk about this matchup, last week's matchup, what he's seen from Brock Purdy, and what we got going for the rest of the year. So really excited about that. Make sure you grab your cookies on your way out. My boy is in my home while I am doing the live. So we are going to get off this thing because I haven't seen my guy in quite some time. And he's where are you? Tennessee? He's all the way from Tennessee. He's in my house right now. So we're gonna get out of here. Shout out my boy JD. I can't wait to give you a big hug, JD. He's literally at my house right now. Appreciate you guys, all you. We're out of here. I've said enough. Smash that like button if you haven't already. You already know the vibes. All my lurkers out there, hit that like button. We're out of here. Stay the franchise tomorrow. Let's go. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to